Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tara. I make videos about digital planning and different ways that you can get creative with your iPad. So if that sounds like something that's of interest to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss a video. That all being said, I'm just gonna say this was a very last minute decision. It was not a scheduled live stream. I just decided that had a little bit of a rough day, and I thought, what better way to try to bookend the day than by getting on a live stream. And if anyone just happens to show up, I know this is a lot later than my usual live streams too, but if somebody happens to show up live, that's great. If not, there will be valuable content available to you in the replay. So here we are. We're just gonna do it anyway. So what I want to be sharing with you guys today is actually the process that I go through in order to take my digital stickers that I've designed in Affinity Designer, which I recorded a live stream like 5 days ago, showing you guys how I kind of start that process. So if you missed that, you can definitely go back and check on that. But what I'm going to show you today is now that I have finished those designs, I need to actually go through and figure out what colors I want to do them all in, and I'm going to use my I'm going to use my global colors. Wow, words. I get so distracted sometimes, but I'm going to use my global colors in order to change them, and that is one of my favorite little hacks within Affinity Designer. And I actually need to take a quick pause because I realized I didn't check the winner of my Patreon poll. So in order to decide all of my colors, I check on Patreon. I give anybody who is in my Blossom Bunch tier or above the ability to vote and help me decide the themes and help me decide the colors. And so am I somehow logged out? Why can't I see? How did I get logged out of my own thing? Oh no. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we have some winners. So I need to take a quick look and figure out where I saved that. Womp womp. I didn't come prepared. I'm not prepared for class. This is my bad. Okay, I have it. I have it on my iPad. So I'm gonna start screen sharing now, and then you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So let me switch over to my iPad. And this is basically what I do every time that I create a digital sticker set. I come up with a cute little sticker design that kind of encompasses the theme, and then I will put it in all of these different colors, and then I will upload them to Patreon, and I will let my Patreon patrons choose which one or which three are their favorites. The one that gets the most vote is the one that gets given out to all of my Daisy Divas. Actually, literally everyone who is a Patreon subscriber gets access to these. And then the next two color palettes, whatever is the second and third place, they are my second and third color palettes that I release, and those are given out to Blossom Bunch and above. So that is what I'm going to do. The winner, this one, number 9. So that one will be the one that everybody gets. This is a little bit of a reveal here. And then there was a tie for 6 and 3. I actually think my microphone might be a little too loud. Let me take that down a little. So 6 is this one, which is fun. I think that'll be cool. Excited to do that. And then 3. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just bring one of these up here. I'm just duplicating it. I'm going to put these in order. So 9, 6, and 3. And then I'm just going to copy these 3. So we're just going to copy, and I'm going to come back to my sticker files. So I have so many files here. And we are actually going to take this one. I've already saved it, and I'm going to save it as like color palette 1. So I always keep my original design, and then I'll just save this one with a 1. We're going to press save, and this is where I'm going to do my first set of color changes. So I save this to my iPad, and then I come back and open this one up. And in the process, I guess you're getting to see what the sticker reveal is too, so I don't have to reveal that later. But hey May, thanks for showing up. This was a super last minute thing, but I appreciate you being here. I am currently just showing how I recolor my stickers once I've made them in Affinity Designer. So you're getting a sneak peek at what the stickers look like. This will double as my release video once I get the colors. So this color palette that you see here is just the color palette that I designed this in. This is not the color palette that it's being released in. So let me paste those colors here. Oh no, I think it forgot already. Let's come back. Where was that file? This one. And I'm going to copy these and come back. And we're going to just try to paste one more time. There we go. Now we've got them. I'm just going to size them up a bit. There. That'll just be easier for me to grab the colors. So this was the winning color palette. So I am going to try my best to coordinate the colors with what I think will work best here. So there are some things like I've got, because I designed with like a green and a pink, that made it really easy for me to design like the roses and the vines and the dragon, though I suppose the dragon can be any color. But I want to pick a color for the green that's going to make sense with the roses. That is going to be important to me. So I think it's probably going to have to be the blue. May, that's so sweet. So let me see. May just said, May is one of my Patreon patrons, and she said that the live popped up, so she clicked on it. So thank you for being here, but also she didn't get to vote this month. Well, that is a bummer, but I appreciate that you said it wouldn't have mattered with how many you wanted, so that makes me feel good that hopefully you'll like the color palettes that do come out. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do blue, so I'm going to come here to my global colors. I'm going to come to my swatches, and I designed these with global colors, which I mentioned in my previous live when I created the stickers in the first place. And I'm just going to pick that one that was green, and I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to use the eyedropper tool and then pick the color that I want to change it to. So since I want it to be that blue, it's going to be that blue. And then the pink is the next one that I think I need to be particular about. So I'm going to make the pink probably the purple, like the light purple color. So let's go ahead and change it to that. And then why don't we keep the blue as the light blue that's in here. I try to be somewhat consistent just so things don't get super wonky in the whole design process. But then the last thing would be the other purple that I have. So I guess we're changing this orange to purple. That might look a little funny on some of these, but it'll be fine. Oh, and it looks like this one I hadn't set as a global color, so I'm just going to come in here and change that to that purple. Every now and again, when I go in and I make my changes, I realize that some of them look a little funny. So each color palette I do gets its own sort of special treatment, and I can go in and I can change a couple of them if need be. So let's go ahead and add in the darker shades then of these colors. I personally like to go to this area here when I do my colors, when I set them for the first time. I don't really know why. Just a personal preference, I guess. But it's just something I've come to do. So I have these all labeled. So I have my first 4 colors, and then I have a dark version of number 1. So we're going to tap on that and press edit. And then I'm just going to, oops, I selected the wrong one. We're going to eyedrop that and just make a slightly darker shade of that. And then I'm going to edit the second one. And again, just find a darker color that looks nice. And then same here. And this is kind of the process that I go through. It's not the most exciting thing, but I only have to change each of the colors one time, and it changes the whole document, which is the beautiful thing about using global colors. This is why I use this. It has been a major time saver. If you have ever designed stickers in, oh yeah, it changes it for all of the everything here, which is so nice. If you've ever designed stickers in Procreate, it is such a time-consuming process when you have to recolor something. And this is why ultimately I developed this process that I use, because it's fine if you're just designing one sticker set in one color palette and you're just drawing. There are still things that are very frustrating, like the whole cropping, and there's a lot of things, a lot of reasons I quit using Procreate, and I can make a whole video about that at some point, but there are reasons I stopped using Procreate to make stickers, and this is one of the reasons why I love this, because I love having 2 matching functional pages, and by the end of this, there's like 400 stickers, give or take, and imagine recoloring every single one of those. It is a giant pain, and so using global colors just makes that so easy. Affinity Designer has some really great ways, even if you don't use global colors, to recolor like en masse, but Procreate doesn't have that option, and I love Procreate, I really do, but I will never use it for sticker design ever again. I am fully converted to using Affinity Designer for this particular purpose, and that's why I created an entire course around it, because I think this is so worth the time that it saves. It is, yeah, just my favorite thing. Okay, let's come back and start adjusting some of the other things. So I used to adjust the Polaroid shadow, but they're always just some shade of gray, so I just stopped as a time saver. And I've got this one, which is my light quote for number 1. So I'm going to pick that one color, and I'm just going to find a lighter version of it. There we go. That one looks nice. And this is how I make things, like as I'm making my stickers, I give them highlights and shadows, and just to give them a little bit of depth. And this is the way that I do that, by just kind of minimally using colors and not, I don't know, going crazy and overdoing it all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna find my next quote. So these are out of order. Unfortunately, you cannot reorder them as far as I know. If somebody watches this and knows that you can reorder them, please tell me how. I would love to know. It's one thing I have not figured out how to do, but I also haven't bothered like checking any forums or anything. I just kind of live with it. It would be nice and a little bit more convenient if everything was in order, but it doesn't take that much extra time. So anyway, so here, there, we've got our light colors, we have our dark colors, and then when I first started designing these, I made all of my rip notes a slightly different shade than this dark one, which was a dumb thing for me to do. It just really wasn't my best idea. So typically what I do now, just me being lazy, is I come to the rip notes. So we'll come to rip notes 1, and I just drag it to that same shade. Realistically, what I should do is just actually select that background where the rip note is, and then change it to dark 1 and do the same for all 4 of those rip notes. And it would save me every single time that I make my digital stickers from having to do this color adjustment. But I don't know. I just do it. It's a bad thing that I do. Okay, so we've got that one. We've got this one. Oh no, I can't see. Okay, that one worked. We're gonna move this over so I can see better. Oh, I am loving these glitter washi tape this look in this color palette. It's so cute. All right, I need to find Rip Note 4. Where is Rip Note 4? There it is, this orange one. And I think I mentioned this in my other video. The chocolate ones down here are from February of last year, actually, and I just never deleted them. I thought maybe they would come in handy needing an extra color some other time in the future. So, all right. So there's that. I am going to change... Yeah, this is something I should have set and I didn't. So I've got this paper as a certain color, and I actually really like it for most other color palettes, but what we're going to do is we're going to tap into one of these, and I'm going to show you a way to change the colors without needing to use global colors. So you can come here with your move tool and then tap select same fill color, and anything that has that fill color, then you can now adjust it. So I am just going to try to find, it's going to look a little funny right now because one of these has a gradient, and so it doesn't really color the same way. Okay, I think we want something that's kind of in the blue, just because I think otherwise it's going to be a little bit funny. And I'm going to do the same. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't color these ones properly originally. So I'm going to tap into these hearts and select same fill color. And we're just going to make them the same color there as that paper. And this one's tricky because it has a gradient. So I have to tap into this and then check my gradient here. And I'm going to make the lighter side that same blue, but then I want the inner one to be a little bit darker. So, having an issue grabbing this. There. I don't know why it's so blue or so red though. I don't want red. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If I pick this color again, why is that on the red scale? That's so weird. All right, well, we're just gonna give that a little bit of a little shading there. Nothing crazy, but just so that you can see that the book is open. Okay, and then apparently these also I didn't prep properly. So I'm going to select the same fill color. It's going to get all of those, and we are just going to make it that same blue as the rest. Okay. Oh, this is so cute. I think this looks really, really nice. There are some things that are a little bit different than what I had expected, like the candles. I don't know, we've got some like purple metals going on here, which don't really make a whole lot of sense. And this one is not correct. This one should be that color. I don't know how I messed that up. But the only thing that looks a little funny are the flames. So the flames are purple, so either they're like extremely hot or burning some other toxic chemical, or I could go back in and like change it if I wanted to. I could change it to, I could change just the fire to orange and just kind of make an exception, and that would be fine. Yeah. So yeah, I think what I'm going to stick with is just this for now. Maybe later on I'll test out trying to see how it looks in orange, but I don't think so. I think we're just going to go with it. I'm going to let it all match and be cute. And then what I want to do now is I'm just going to export all of these. So I'm going to hit export. I'm now in my export persona. And the nice thing about this is this pre-crops everything for you, so you don't have to do any cropping. It's like, sorry, that was the microphone. It's like one of my favorite things. I'm telling you, This is the best stuff. I love it. So then I am just going to come here and I am going to go to my iCloud and find my folder where I want to save this. So I do my, that's not right. Where's my Terrible Art folder, Etsy, stickers, and then I need to, normally I can create a folder. Why is that grayed out? What? No. Can I? That's not cool. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to come to my files and come to. You guys can see all my vaccination records. You don't need to see my vaccination records from when I was a baby. I have been chasing down, this is one of the things that I was talking about at the beginning of this video. I've been chasing down my, just some of the most obnoxious things of my whole life. My vaccination records, though, for a job that I'm doing or supposed to be doing, but need all my vaccination records. And I've had to track them down from like a million different places. Like I said, from the time I was a baby, it's been this really crazy, obnoxious pain in the butt. And so that was where a couple of my vaccines from like a few years of my life. One of the many, many forms I've had to track down and have been wanting to rip my hair out. Okay, so we've made those folders. Oh, that's not where I want to come. Let's try to export this now. I'm going to come to my iCloud Drive, my desktop, Terrible Art, Etsy, stickers, February, and then we want these to go into folder color 1, or number 1. And then once you select that, you can hit export all, and it's going to export all of my stickers for me, and it just makes everything just magical and wonderful, and I love it. And it does take a little bit because it's like 400 files, but still, yeah. Something like that. We'll see the actual number. It normally goes a little faster than this, so of course things will go wrong today because today is one of those days. I try to be pretty optimistic in general, but given the state of so many things right now, it's kind of hard to do that. And I've had the hardest time today of all days. Everything's just gone wrong. So maybe while the next one is loading, after we change the next set of colors, I will tell you all the things that went wrong today. Okay, so that one is done, and I'm just going to save this. And then we are going to save as, and we're going to rename this. And we're just going to add number 2, and we're going to save it. So this will be our second color palette, and this is going to be on my iPad, and my Affinity Designer, and my sticker, and my February. Okay, we're going to save this. I have a system. I save my files on my iPad, and I save my individual PNGs to my, what's it called? My iCloud. Okay, so now we can come back to this one, and we're going to fill this in with our second set of colors. So I want the dark blue to be that green. We're going to bring back some green here. So dark blue, edit, change this to the green. I think the other blue will make this blue that's here. And then for the purple, we're going to make it that yellow. Like we wanted this like fluorescent yellow. I think these will be fun colors together. They're like a bit brighter, but oh wow, this feels this feels like a 80s Barbie. Wow. That's bright. Okay. It's fun. It's fun, right? It's definitely a different vibe completely from the first color palette. But that's okay. I like when they're different. So What we're going to do now is just go through and we're going to change those other shades. So we're just going to make this one darker version of this. And just kind of play around until I get just the right shade that I like. I'm struggling a little bit with this one. Sometimes when the color is more like, let's see if I can illustrate this properly. So you can see like it's a little too close to, I don't know, it's not too bad. But when it gets close to the edge, I have a harder time trying to find just the right color. But that one worked out. I think that's fine. So I like to just go a little bit darker. And sometimes a little like more, I guess, pigmented. A little less bright. I was gonna ask, so I'm somebody who's like definitely an emotional eater. Wish I wasn't, but I lived abroad for like 3 years, and because of that and like getting away from American food, I actually have a really hard time like enjoying American food anymore. So when I have these moments where I'm like, everything's gone wrong, I had such a hard day and all I want to do is emotionally eat, I like don't have like a food outlet. I feel like I'm asking you guys now to enable my bad food habits. But I'm curious, like, what are you guys' favorite foods? If you're watching this, feel free to like, I don't know, if you want, chime in with whatever your favorite, like, go-to emotional eating, your food vice, whatever it is. Because, I don't know, I need other ideas. Like, the only thing I like anymore at all, the only thing I ever have any kind of craving for is Indian food. But I can't just have Indian food every time that I feel like I'm like needing to eat emotionally. And I can't have chocolate because I'm like allergic to chocolate. So that's a fun little fact about me. And I don't know why, but these turned the same color as the background, so that was weird. All right, let's change these to their lighter versions. So light quote 1, just gonna drag this to the blue. Ooh, that's a great question, May. I wish I knew off the top of my head. French fries are a good choice. I do like French fries. What about like things that you can have at home? Like I mean, I can have French fries at home, but I don't think that French fries at home ever taste like, whoa, that was my bad. I selected the wrong thing. Did anyone else catch that? Okay, I should be on my light quote too. I just, like, yeah, I could go out and I could go get French fries, and I do sometimes. I spend a lot of time in my car in general, so I'm with you on the French fries thing. But a lot of times I'm like, I get home and I'm like, ugh, what a day. I just need something to make me feel good. And yeah, French fries at home don't really do it for me. All right, so we've got our lighter versions. They look good. We just got to come in here and change these dark shades. So Ripped Notes 2 is that color. Ripped Notes 1 is that color. Ripped Notes 3 is that color. And then Ripped Notes 4. May, I love so much that you live in your car. Oh, a cereal. Good choice. That's solid. It's easy. It's convenient. You can have it whenever you want. It stores really well. That's cool. Do you have a particular cereal that's your favorite? I haven't had cereal in like a really long time. Okay, I actually really like this color palette. the glitter washi is, I'm loving it. All right, so now we're going to change this blue. I don't want this blue to be that color anymore. So, ooh, I am enjoying this. This is fun. So I'm going to tap in here and we're going to select the same fill color. And I got to play around and see what color is going to work. I don't really know where to start. Maybe we'll start somewhere on the pink spectrum. That could be fun. And make our papers a little pink. Still need to be lighter. It's too, well, I don't know, because these colors are so bright. I think we're going to go with this pink. And then we need to select our gradient here. Let's make this that pink color. We're going to make this that pink color, but then make it a little bit darker. Okay, and again, I don't know what's happened. Why these hearts are not doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, I'm surprised actually, but I really do like this color palette. I'm like hunched over like this. You guys can't even see my head. Oh no, lactose growing up. We didn't have, okay. Apple Jacks in ice cold water. I suppose that makes sense when you can't have the milk, but, or fruity pebbles in a milk alternative. Nice, very nice. What is my favorite cereal? I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't had cereal in a long time. Okay, you know what I really like? The lanterns. Like in this bright yellow, they look like they're glowing. They look really cool. I always liked Apple Jacks growing up. I feel like I'm so scattered when I do these live streams where my brain is like conversation, design, talking to you guys, drinking my tea. I had to get myself some lavender tea because I was feeling emotional. I needed something to calm me down. It's one of my favorite coping mechanisms, drinking lavender tea. Okay, I think this looks good. I want to do a quick inspection and just make sure there isn't anything that looks really funny in this color palette. I think this looks pretty good. It's definitely very vibrant. All right, so we're just gonna come to our export persona and we're going to export all of these, and then I just need to pick a folder. So I'm gonna come back here into my system. They're gonna be number 2. We're gonna tap open and then export all. And then we're just gonna wait while this exports itself. So yeah, the things that went wrong, I said I was gonna talk about this next time. Starting from the time I woke up this morning, it was like everything just went wrong. A couple days ago, I had gotten in the hot tub at my dad's house with my brand new bathing suit, which I bought. My family is going on a trip to Hawaii, which is a really big trip, obviously very expensive, most expensive trip I'll have ever been on in my life. And we're doing that, the family is, and my mother she's really helping out a lot and taking care of a lot of the big expenses, which is very nice of her. But I ended up getting a brand new bathing suit for the trip, and I wore it in my dad's hot tub and it ruined it. And I feel like this sounds so awful because it sounds like the most insane first world problems ever. Like I'm complaining about the most ridiculous thing, but it was the first time I wore it, so I was a little bummed. Luckily it was on sale. Like I actually bought it for $3, so I shouldn't even complain all that much. But it was a bummer, you know, first time you wear something completely gets ruined. Okay, so I decided that yesterday I was gonna try to clean it, and I've tried all these different things to try to get the stains out of it from the hot tub. And I don't know why I'm sharing all of this right now. But nothing worked, basically. Nothing worked. I tried for like 24 hours, and then at the end of the night last night, I decided I was going to try bleach, because I read it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, you know, because you think the chlorine is the issue, but anyway, let's add some bleach, because it can't be worse off than it already is. So I added some bleach. It like immediately fixed it, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. Me, being the dummy that I am, decided that I would rinse it once and then try one more time just to make sure it was like all out. And I let it sit too long, so then I ruined it. But now I can't salvage it because I like all the color and stuff in it is now like bleached. So yeah, that was fully my fault. But I woke up to that this morning and I was like, oh, 2 days of work down the drain. Like, why did I do that? But like, again, not a big deal, because I didn't really spend all that much money. So like, I don't like to be wasteful though. So that was kind of my bigger issue. So yeah, that was the first thing that went wrong. The rest is more related to that vaccination stuff that I was mentioning, and that wasted about 4 hours today of just me again wanting to pull my hair out. It was bad. Just 4 hours of complete chaos. And me fighting with trying to get in touch with my doctor, and I don't know. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so we'll see if that resolves any of the issues from the paperwork today. But the hoops, man. The hoops I've had to jump through. Oh, I saved this. I just made a mistake. I saved this file to the wrong place. This is supposed to be saved on my iPad. And I saved it in my sticker folder. Or did I not? No. I did it wrong. It's fine. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and let's do our last color palette, and then I'll show you guys how I start setting up my documents. Usually when I'm not talking through everything, I can get through all the colors in, you know, less than 30 minutes. So I've just recolored all of these files in a short amount of time. But obviously I've been talking a lot. Anyway, before I babble too much more, let's get to the rest of this. So let's change our little turquoisey here to our green. Let's do, okay, I want the yellow to be the orange for like our goblets. Let's change the pink to this pink. And then the blue to this blue. So this one will be nice and easy. Nothing's going to be like super crazy. Okay, the pink I feel like needs to just come down like a little, because it's significantly brighter than the other colors here. So why don't I just, I don't know, give it a little, we're just going to tone it down just a tiny bit. I think those blend a little bit better together. They're kind of giving Barney, especially the roses. Like that feels Barney, super Barney. Okay, let's come back then and do the rest of the shades so that it actually looks nice and not super weird together. So I've realized doing live streams, I mean, as much as I feel like I kind of make a fool of myself a lot and I just babble, because that's me. It's what I do. Welcome to my life, meeting me. You know, it's awkwardly authentic, but authentic nonetheless. And I don't know, I think it's fun. It's a lot less stressful, honestly, than like trying to record enough videos and plan out my content and edit them all. And I still want to do some of those probably again in like summer. I don't know. I have no idea what the next few months are going to be looking like, because I'm going to be living in Italy for 3 months. So I I don't really know what my internet's going to look like. I don't know what my schedule's going to look like. It's going to be interesting to find the right like balance and how I keep maintaining this and the work that I have to do while also, you know, abiding by my new schedule in a new place. Okay, so we're just going to do our light colors. We need to do our light quote. Do. Light quote 4. 3. I feel like I should, I don't know, play some music in the background. I'll have to come prepared at my next live with a little music so that I'm not just sitting here, I don't know, in silence sometimes. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. These look great. All right, and so I just need to change this paper color. So let's come in here and select everything that has the same fill color. And then I'm going to make it a lighter orange. So I just use that orange as a starting point. And again, I don't know why this one's not, it's just not matching. Okay. We're going to change this one to that orange. I guess this one also to that orange. And then we're just going to darken it just a little. So we get that nice shadow in the crease there. All right. Yeah. That looks pretty good. I'm excited. I really like these stickers. I think they're so cute. I was really nervous about the dragons, but like, look at these cuties. They turned out all right. It took me, the first sketch that I drew was pretty horrendous. It was awful. And then I took a couple days off and then decided I was going to try it again. And it just turned out better. Like, they're not perfect, but they're cute, right? I don't know. Validation. I need validation. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about these. I think they turned out cute. This one's got like a little rose in its mouth. This one's holding a little Valentine. This one's shooting a little heart arrow. It's like its own little Cupid. This one is reading a storybook, a little fairy tale, and this one has a bouquet of roses. I thought these were pretty adorable, and they've got little like hearts for tails, and their horns kind of make a heart. I don't know if I overdid it, but I thought these were cute. So fun. Yeah, and then I've got this like banner, a little mirror, one of those wax seals, which I actually really like. Then I made a wax seal for our letter here. I did the black lettering. This was a lot of fun. I just used like different shapes to make up the parts of the font and then kind of just like pieced them together and it made this cute font. I guess I could technically do all like an entire alphabet and maybe give it away as a free font if I have the time this month. But that would have been kind of fun to do. If I had had more time, I would have done it already. And then, yeah, we've got like the hats, which you guys saw me make, and the crowns. And then these books are reused from September's digital stickers. But then I just went in and I like customized them a little bit and made them a little bit different. Put a little bow on this stack here. And then we've got some roses, an enchanted rose. The enchanted rose is in a case from my October stickers from, oh my gosh, I think over a year ago. What did I do for October? I did Haunted House. So the year before that, I did like an apothecary kind of like spooky pharmacy theme, which was a lot of fun. And that's what this like little case around this enchanted rose is. And then this is actually a separate sticker. So it's being exported separately so that you can either have it with the book or without, and you can put it with any of the books. So I wanted that flexibility. And we've got our castle and a tower and some like, I don't know. I know roses aren't necessarily, to my knowledge, grow on vines. I know they grow on like rose bushes, but we can pretend, right? And then just like a little stardust. I thought this was fun. Some candles and goblets and roses and lanterns and scrolls, banners. That's the sticker set. And then the washi tapes, the 3 different washi tapes. So now you've seen all of the colors. You've seen the whole process. We're going to come to our export persona. We're going to export this to this folder. And can I delete this? I don't think I can. Okay, we're just gonna add it in here, and then I'll show you quickly how this is how I'll finish off this video. Is I'll show you how I start to import them in Goodnotes, but I won't sit here and take you guys through that whole thing because I will spend the next 3 to 6 hours preparing those documents. So usually the recoloring part takes me only like 30-ish minutes, sometimes a little less, a little more if I'm sitting here talking or if I'm watching a TV show or something and not totally focused. But I've gotten the prepping of the docs down to usually about an hour and a half per color palette, but that's like a focused hour and a half. So if I'm not focused, if I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you guys while I'm trying to do it, it will take me at least 2 hours per color palette, which would be 6 hours. I try not to have it take me 6 hours. But I will show you just the process. I feel like at this point, the process, the amount of like the recoloring and the prepping of the Goodnotes documents, which I do as a courtesy to all of the Goodnotes users, that takes me about the same time as I spend doing the actual design work. So like I said, it can take me about 3 to 6 hours to go through the whole exportation process. But because of the process I use here, I don't have to name them all. Like I can name them one time and then they're all named and exported, and I only have to name the new stickers. I don't have to name any of my old stickers. So I have an entire process for doing this that saves me, I don't have to crop. The recoloring is basically automatic. I don't have to go in and manually name all the colors, and I don't have to, or all the files, and I don't have to do it across all the color palettes, which when I was doing my stickers in Procreate, I had to do all of those for every single individual sticker. And it was just like this, it was awful. I would spend like 40 hours trying to make a sticker set, and I would never make enough money to like make it worthwhile. So being able to automate so much of that through this process is like, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Again, it's the whole reason why I tried to find all this stuff on the internet for so long, to find like shortcuts and stuff, and like just couldn't figure anything out. And so when I finally discovered my own process in Affinity Designer, I was like, I have to share this with people. And so that is why I offer the course where it's like start to finish, and I walk you through and I teach you the program, which is valuable in so many other ways as well. But yeah, it's a really, really great program to learn, and it saves so much time. And I wanted to put so many of you out of your agony, because if you're anything like me and you enjoy making stickers and you've watched videos, they've probably told you to use Procreate or Canva. And even in Canva, you run into a lot of these same issues, though there are some shortcuts in Canva. But the issue with Canva is you're not making them yourself. You're like selling other people's artwork, and you can get like banned from Canva and Etsy for doing that kind of thing. So you have to be really careful, especially if you're doing physical products or digital products. If you're doing physical, it's different, but the rules for physical or for digital products are more extreme. So anyway, we've exported all of these, right? They're all exported. Or did I not press that? Did I just babble through all of this and not press the export button? Because I don't think I did. The nice thing here is if you did make a mistake on something and you wanted to update it and then you export it, again, it will just like replace any of the files. So you're not getting like duplicates of anything. You're just getting, it's just getting fixed. That's all. So that's nice. Excuse me, it's getting late. Oh my gosh, it's almost 11. Ugh, and I have at least 3 more hours to sit and work on this. These will be up on my Etsy shop tomorrow. Should be tomorrow. And they will be on Patreon before they are on Etsy. They are always on Patreon before they are on Etsy. So as soon as I get these files done, I will upload them to Patreon. So it should be pretty early tomorrow morning. These should be available on Patreon. Okay, so putting things into Goodnotes is also a giant pain. And the way that I like to do this in order to make it somewhat less painful is I will come to the Goodnotes file, and I've uploaded a PDF version of that first color palette that I made. And using a PDF means that I can kind of use it as an outline or as a template when I put all of these stickers in here. And so let's start with putting the stickers in here. So I always use my elements to do this. And there's a reason for that, and I will share that in a minute once I start doing the things that actually take time. So we're going to create a new collection. We're going to call it February 1. And then we are going to import from, what happened? Nope. Okay, let's try that again. We're gonna write February 1. Okay, we're going to import from, and then we're going to come to our iCloud Drive, or come to the folder where you have all these saved. And then, so you do the first one. How did I mess that up? Forget what I said. You need to open these side by side. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so we're going to come to February, come to this first folder, and we are going to hit the 3 dots here, and we're going to tap select and select all. And then we are going to press and hold and drag all 393 of these stickers over. So the reason that I do this is because if you just start importing them as images, they come in at different sizes, even if like the picture is the same. Now I haven't tried this again in Goodnotes 6. This is how I did it in Goodnotes 5. So maybe there's a chance that they fixed this issue. I should test that out. But either way, this works. So I'm going to tap the create button, and while this is loading and creating this collection of 393 stickers, I'll keep explaining that. So let's say all of my date dots, of which there are more than 120 of, right? There's 128 date dots because I have 32 in 4 different colors. So all of those could potentially come in at different sizes. So I would have to individually size all 128 of those. But if I import them via a set of collections here, or like the elements, then I can import all of them. I have to still press to import them 128 times, but I can size all 128 of them at one time. And so being able to do that, as you can imagine, like that's 127 less resizing, motions I have to do. So it really does save a lot of time, especially when you multiply that by 3 color palettes. So just, think about how much time that's saving. And the nice thing is you can actually do, like, usually a lot of the files, I would say a good chunk of them, when you insert them as elements, I can resize more than just the date dots. Like I don't have to just chunk the date dots. I can do the date dots and like the rainbows and the gradients and like most of the ones on the page. I would say almost everything on the page will size together as one, and then I'll usually have like 5 or 6 that size differently. So I know that my like Polaroids I have to size separately. I know that my grid paper I have to size separately. But basically almost all of them, you can size them all just as one, like, which is just such a time saver. But as you can see, it does take a little bit of time for it to create these collections. So I thought it would be done by now, but it's still spinning. Womp, womp, womp. What else can I say then while I wait for this? It really shouldn't. It should be done by now. But yeah, that's a pro tip, I guess. Use elements. I will test it out with Goodnotes 6 and see if that makes a difference. And if it doesn't, then do this process. But if it does, then I don't know. Maybe I'll try out some different ways of importing, and maybe I'll have to update my course. Possibly. Wow, this is taking forever. It usually doesn't take this long. Maybe I have bad internet or something. That really shouldn't be an internet thing though. Yay, it's done. Okay, so obviously, yeah, I have to do that 3 times. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through that. I'm just gonna pull this over here and I'm gonna show you guys what I would do for the stickers. So like I said, the Polaroids and the grid paper size on their own. Oh, I think I probably messed up that one sticker. I'm gonna have to go fix that one. Maybe in all of them. I may have made an error coloring these. But I will fix those. Don't worry yourself about that. I will take care of it. But okay, so what I do now is I come to my elements and then I'll tap on this and then I will bring it over to like this sidecar thing. Okay. We don't need the math. That's not important. And then I like to make it so it's just like roughly a third of the screen, a fourth of the screen, a third. I don't know. What is that? It doesn't really look like a third or anyway, whatever. Okay. Wasting time. So then what I'll do is I tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Normally I do 9. However, apparently with Goodnotes 6, I think I'm going to have to start doing 8 because basically the reason I do that is because I can go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I? Well, where's the one that's missing? Did I not? I must not have done. Okay, I'm just going to start this over because I don't know what I did. So normally I would just push through, but I don't want to confuse you guys any more that I just confused myself. So we're going to come back to our elements and I just tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like I said, normally I would do 9. This is my first time doing new stickers in Goodnotes 6. But anyway, go 1. I see what happened. Okay, so this is why I always did 9 in the other one. Because now I have to come in here and keep like nudging it over, which is very obnoxious. So I would say if this is how your setup looks, then do 8. You have to just do like whatever's here on, like whatever you can see. That's what's going to make it faster. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you just do this for all of the stickers. And then like these ones, I know they size separately, so I'm just gonna like move this over. I also know that this guy and my Polaroids, like I said, are different. So I will size these 4 as 1. So I'll just resize these. Oh, it's gonna be so different using Goodnotes 6 And then, like I said, normally I would go through everything, but I'm not gonna do all of that right here, right now. I'm just gonna show you guys the process. And then, yeah, like I'll put this one into place. And then usually I'll like move this off the screen. And now I can take one of these. It doesn't really matter which, but I'll select it. Let's go ahead and use, why not use these? And then I'll select all of these because I've learned through just doing this that this is what actually is like this is what sizes together, and those are the few exceptions to the rule. So I'll just select all of them at once and resize them. May, you asked what I was tapping on. I think, so I would tap on the, when I was in the files, I would tap on the files. I'll show you again in just a second, but I would tap on the files and then it would show up in the elements bar as they were being used, because your elements bar shows you the recent elements that you've used. So as soon as you tap on it, then it shows up in like the elements bar. And then I would do like 8 of them on the file side, and then I'll tap 8 times in the elements bar. I'll slow it down in a second, just so that you can see. But yeah, I'll group all of these together, size them all at once. And then just size them until I get a match. And once I get like a perfect match, then the really nice thing is this really does save so much time. So then I can just take this group, and I'll take this group over here. Can't remember what order those go in. You start to learn a lot about the order that these things, like their orders and which ones size together, and just makes everything so much easier as you start to learn more about your files. But yeah, then I just take them one by one and I just plug them into place. And that's really all that I do. But again, remember you're doing, roughly 400 stickers here. So keep tapping on the screen where I don't want to. So yeah, those were my Monday ones. I must not have imported the other ones. I think I did those out of order. Oh, there we go. Purple. I try to keep them in the order that I wanted them in. So I think I did this one out of order. I think the pink is second. Yeah. And then as I start to do the file, then I'm much better at remembering the order. But yeah, that's how I do it. And that's how I get them to all look like this nice, beautiful color, whole thing, color palette of stickers, this whole pretty sticker book. So it is a little obnoxious. It does take time, but it's something that you can just put on a TV show and just chill and do, or if you're in a time crunch, you can just buckle down and focus. But I'm telling you, this is so much faster than any other way I've ever found in the past. And I always just find little shortcuts here and there as I go along and keep improving my process. But at this point, I think I've gotten to a point where I'm really satisfied with this process. And I think if you've ever made stickers and tried to make a big sticker set of this many stickers, you probably can already tell how much time this saves. But yeah, that's basically what I'll do. So let me address May's question. She was asking what I was tapping on. So if I tap on my elements here and I bring this window back over, and I just move this so it's, you know, in rows of 3. Then what I was doing, and why don't I come to whatever was after the grid. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm tapping on underneath the grid on the right side, like I had the I wish, can I, if I use, where's the laser? Will the laser allow, no, laser won't show. Okay, it'll only work here. So underneath these is where I'm tapping. So I start with the files and I tap on those. So I'll come back to elements. And as I tap them, watch in the elements bar. I wish I could, if I switch to the laser, then you can't see. But up under up in like the toolbar, when I tap on like the sticky notes, then sticky notes show up. When I tap on the elements show up. And it's whatever you've like recently chosen. So if I just select these, so let's see, the last one was that dark blue, so we'll do a light blue one, and then this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and I know I can only do 8 now. It was so nice before when it was 9, because then it would be 3 chunks of 3, but anyway, here we are. So then I would just, once I've done that, I can then tap on them inside the bar, and that's what's going to insert them into the document. So I probably didn't explain that properly before, but yeah, I'm just tapping on them now from that bar, and they're being input into the document. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that clarifies any confusion there. But I will do that for like the whole page. So everything else on this page can be sized together except for my Polaroids. So once I get to my 4 Polaroids, I'll just lasso them, move them to the side, and then I will resize all of the other stickers all at once. So I don't have to go in and manually size all 400 stickers. So that is my little hack, my Goodnotes hack. It's the best hack I could come up with. It's not even really a hack, but it's just a smarter way of doing this. So that is where I'm going to end today's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope I was able to answer some questions. The one on the side is now my elements. Yeah, it looks like the files. If you look down here, you can see this is like, it's the elements window. I can show you how I brought that back up again. So I took the elements here, and then in the upper right hand corner where it says like February 1, and then in the corner has like the 2 bars, if you tap on that, it opens it up as like a sidecar kind of window. So then I just move it over so that I can still see the majority of my sticker page, and then that's that. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask. I'm always happy to help, but this is definitely, like I said, the best way that I have found to save time in this process, because it can be really, really draining. The first couple of years that I made stickers, I would like make occasional ones here and there for fun, but for the most part, I wanted to make sticker sets. I thought that would be really cool. And I watched all these videos and I tried to learn all of these processes on how to make stickers. And I learned, but it was so draining and frustrating. And I would like make a sticker set and I would put it on Etsy and nobody would see it. And I'm like, but I just spent 40 hours making this sticker set. And after doing that several times, I was like, I'm a fool, like, to keep spending all this time. So now my production is like, I can do a set of 400, like that was if I was trying to do like a set of like 100. It would still take me like 40 hours. It was terrible. But now I could do 3 sets of 400 and I can have them all done in like 10 to 12 hours. I mean, that's a major like difference when it comes to productivity. So again, this is, I want to share this with people because I feel like people should know, and the internet is telling you how to make stickers wrong. So this is the best way. It's the best method. And these are my, like, even if I took out the Goodnotes part, wow, words. If I took out the Goodnotes part without, like, because I just do this as a courtesy, that would save me, 6 hours of that time. Like, I could do the whole stickers start to finish and export them as individual PNGs for hundreds and hundreds of stickers in like less than 5 or 6 hours. So work smarter, not harder. All right, that is all that I'm going to say then for today. The chat is quiet. So yeah, but feel free to reach out if you guys like seeing this or just hanging out and having a drink with me while I do the more mundane part of this. I'm cool with that too. We can always hang out, but it's late. It's really late if you're on the East Coast. So I will let everyone go. Thank you again. You are all the best. I love you so much. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.